So what's up guys, Palpy here. Today I have prepared 3 Archon builds for you. All of these builds are made around each ability, since there isn't that much options to play around the Archon archetype. I would say all of these are quite valid options for different scenarios, and I tried to make every one of them interesting. See for yourself. I hope you enjoy. The Reality Rune ability is, in my opinion, the best ability Archon has. You can use it to so many things, such as slowing down enemies with it, taking reduced damage inside of it, and to create mod spam builds that I will show you now. For your primary archetype, choose Archon so we can generate mods faster. And Ritualist for the secondary slot to do increased damage to enemies suffering from negative status effects. And then select Miasma as your ability to instantly apply the effects on enemies in a large area. Since this build is towards generating mod power, we choose Spirit Wisp Amulet to reduce the cooldown of our skills. As the rings or best option is to take Leaking Gemstone, as if you have a mod with a duration, you can generate the next mod at the same time. Stone of Malevolence to get additional mod power from elemental damage. Red Ring of Death to duplicate the effects on targets. And last of all, we choose Wired Inhibitor to apply slowing effects on our targets so they cannot escape. The weapons I chose were Monolith, so I can create sandstorms causing havoc. Harmonizer Mutator for extra damage, of course. Spectral Blade with Shocker to possibly apply Overloaded. And a customizable weapon with Firestorm mod on and Failsafe Mutator for extra damage. And the relic I chose for this is the Profane Heart to get passive lifesteal from the mods. The armor doesn't matter, it's fairly your own choice. Here you can see the traits. With this ability mod spam build, it's really important to use the kinship perk from the handler, so the Firestorm mod won't damage you or your teammates if you get close to that. And also just start spamming all of your mods there, put the Reality Rune on, use Miasma, and you shouldn't have any problem getting your mods back, and the abilities of course, because of the amulet. This is a really effective way to melt a boss like Cinderclad Forge. This is a true powerhouse in the game. Good timing for the Reality Rune right there. And just like that, we didn't have any problems defeating this kind of a boss. This ability is probably Archon's worst one. It's really simple and doesn't have any synergy with almost anything. With enough testing I was able to find that if you place Engineer's turret on top of it, it actually boosts the damage of the turret as well. This is how tower defense strategy can be implemented in the game like this, camping in one spot. It's really important to choose Engineer in the primary slot to have its prime perk, Overclock, active. Archon of course in the secondary slot with Chaos Gate ability. Since this build is about contesting a certain area, I found Monarch to be the best weapon to use. The harpoon mod tracks all of your bullets to a point where it was shot at. Use 1000 cuts Motero to increase your crit chance and the crit damage per shot fired. The melee weapon I favor in this build is the Spectral Blade, as it can clear the whole area from enemies at your Chaos Gate, making it a really good defender. You can use whatever sidearm, but equipping the Energy Wall mod upgrades your whole setup. The fast fire rate of Monarch tends to empty your ammo reserves in such hurry, so Zero Divide Amulet ensures that you never run out of ammo. Of course we want to boost this tower defense setup the best we can, so use the Ring of Ordnance to make the turrets reload their ammo faster. Fey Hunter Ring allows you to boost Monarch's damage slightly more after the fall of range. Braided Horns to increase your crit chance with 1000 cuts there. And since Chaos Gate increases damage also dealt to you, we want to use some sort of protection that Ring of Robust gives us nicely. Resonating Heart is a great choice of relic here, as it keeps you healing. Any armor also is a welcome choice in this build. And Herotet Rage I was the most comfortable with.
Okay, this is it.
First of all, you want to shoot this harpoon mod on the boss and then create the Chaos Gate setup for you. Monarch isn't really one of the strongest machine guns in the game, but with this homing, it's a really nice addition to have in the game. Besides, this wouldn't work against some of the stronger bosses, but against Gwendil or even the Bloat King, this will totally work. You can just camp in one spot and the Legion absolutely gets melted by this, and I don't even have to do like any effort to do that. It's honestly so bad that the Chaos Gate takes so long to recharge back to your use. But if you have the legendary perk to have your cooldowns for skills, that's gonna make a whole lot difference with that. Also keep in mind, whenever your turret runs out of ammo, you have to place the turret back on the ground. Just imagine if there was 2 or 3 players in total having this exact same build. You could actually create Rainforest Fortress with these builds. Havoc form basically makes you a lightning god. You float in the air and cast lightning bolts rapidly. It's really unique ability compared to others in the whole game. The first things you need for this build is to put Archon in your primary archetype slot, which is really important, then Invoker for your secondary slot. Equip of course the Havoc form and Way of Keula. My choice of amulet here is Short Circuit, since we want our ability to have a short cooldown, and that we can have with the shield on. We get to that shortly. All the rings that help are Sapphire Brimstone to reduce skill cooldown with critical shots, Braided Horns to make the crit chance a little bit higher, Burden of the Stargazer to reduce cooldowns even more, and Burden of the Destroyer to do extra damage with everything. The negative effects of both burden rings don't ruin your experience in this build at all. Now moving on to the weapons. Choose Widowmaker with Insulator Mutator, so every time you shoot, you get the max amount of shield from it. Besides, the level 10 Mutator gives you more critical chance. Choose Corrosive Round mod as well, so you get even higher crit chance with it. All of these have a great synergy with our amulet. The melee weapon doesn't really matter at all. But the sidearm I like to use with this is the Redeemer pistol, since every time you use a relic, you can shoot one extra relic of the same type on the ground so you can pick it up. The best relic is the Shielded Heart in this build to grant you protection in the Havoc form. And also with the Redeemer pistol you can pick up one extra Shielded Heart from the ground each time you use the Shielded Heart, of course. The armors don't really matter at all, I just like to use these because this is my signature look and I think the character looks really nice with these on. Here are the traits, so you know what to use. Always before you use the Havoc form, use the Way of Keula, then use the Shielded Heart, and with the Redeemer pistol shoot additional Shielded Heart on the ground, then activate the Havoc form. And whenever you feel like the shield is running out, just pick the other Shielded Heart on the ground, so you get the shield to max. The range is actually quite huge with these lightning, so you don't have to move that much. And now, when our Havoc form is in cooldown, I activate the Corrosive Rounds, Widowmaker, and then I start shooting to activate the Mutator, so I have the constant shield on, and I can get the abilities quicker. I literally don't have any trouble with this build, and I'm personally really surprised that this managed to do so well. Take a look how quickly my Havoc form recharges back when I get some critical shots and I have the shield on. I really tried my best to make all of these abilities interesting and usable, and I hope some of you took some inspiration out of these builds. I'd also like to receive some feedback, whether you like these kind of videos or not, so I know what videos to make. Let me know if any of these were useful to you, and leave a like if you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one.